Another thing we can do to string is actually add them to other strings. This is called string concatenation, and it's basically joining strings together to build a longer string. Say for example, the driver first name is Randy and the last name is Blake. Here I've declared two different variables, driver first name and driver last name, and I've initialized the driver first name to be Randy and the driver last name to be Blake. Now we can actually do something like this, where I've created a new string called driver full name, and it is equal to just the sum of those two strings, driver first name plus driver last name. So what is this plus doing? It's actually just joining driver first name to driver last name. So I'm expecting that the driver full name string would have the string Randy Blake in it. Let's print it out using the println statement to see what's inside. And the output that I get is Randy Blake. Oh, it seems like I've just forgot to put spaces between them. Well, this is because I've just joined two strings together which didn't have any space in it, and that's what the string concatenation does. It just joins two strings without doing anything extra. So let's see how we can add an extra white space in here. What I'm actually doing is I'm concatenating the first name plus a string with the white space in it plus another string which has the last name in it, which made our output become Randy space and then Blake. Perfect. You can now also use string concatenation to join strings with number. This trick is very handy when printing out some information using the println statement. Remember this example where we declared the stops and fare variable and we kept on updating them? Well, if we wanted to print out the variable stops and fare, we can just add two different println instructions and the output would be 3 and 15 like so. But what if we wanted to print out something like this? The bus made $15 after 3 stops. A full sentence that would have both the variable values in it. This can be done using a command like that. It's just the normal println command, but it has a lot of string concatenation inside. Let's investigate it step by step. The first bar here is string literal, which is just string within the quotation marks. So that's going to be printed out exactly as we typed in, all the way from the bus made $, like so. And then we have this plus sign, which is concatenating something. This happens to be the first variable fare. So Java would actually go and look up what's inside the variable fare because it's not surrounded by quotation marks, and it will print out the value stored inside it, which happens to be 15. Then another string concatenation is happening here, but this time it's concatenating the string literal. So that prints out exactly as it is, and then another string concatenation with the variable stop is happening. So Java goes and looks up what's stored inside the variable stop, which happens to be 3, and that's what prints out. And then finally the string literal stops. So with this instruction our output becomes the bus made $15 after 3 stops. If each of those variables had different values in it, then the output would have changed. Notice how I've added some extra spaces inside some of the strings literal here, but I didn't add a space, for example, after the $sign. This is because I wanted no space between the $sign and the number here, but I do want space before and after the word after, which I did down there. Same goes for the stops, where I've just added another extra space before the word. So remember that Java would only consider white spaces when they are inside a quotation mark, and if you don't put them, then words would be close to each other without any space in between. Fantastic. So now you know how to use string concatenation to join strings together, or even joining variables with strings.